Hey, Sean Bunton here with FX Custom Rods. Hey, everybody always asks me why I chose to go with FX, and it's really, there's a lot of reasons, but you know, just a few that that got my attention as soon as I put the rods in my hand. The first thing I noticed was how light that the rods are. Now, you know, there's no mystery that when you're chunking baits for 8 hours in these tournaments that, you know, fatigue can develop, you know, in your forearm and your hand. And so the weight of the rod is really important. It is to me, and I know it is to a lot of other fishermen. So they're really light. And then, you know, the next thing I noticed was really, you know, holding them in the fishing store or you know, in the boat up at the house in the garage is one thing, but when I really started using them and fishing with them, I noticed how sensitive they are. So they're really light, they're really sensitive, and there's a couple of big things that that go into them being light and sensitive. You know, one is they're constructed of, you know, 40-ton Japanese Toray fabric, and which is a super strong material. And then Bob Croxton, the owner, designer, and engineer of the brand, and essentially all the models that we have at FX Custom Rods, he uses very little excess epoxy and glue. So anything that you put and you attach to the rod blank can dampen the resonance in the rod, thereby impacting the rod sensitivity. So we only use what's necessary. No unnecessary bling like you might see in a lot of other rods. We don't paint them. We don't add excessive glue or little designs in the rod blank around the rod seat and the butt of the rod. We only use what is absolutely necessary, you know, to make the rods as sensitive as we can. And then, you know, another thing is the strength, because anytime that there's a balance between strength and sensitivity and weight of the rod. So those things all play into each other. Well, I'm here to tell you, friend, the FX Custom Rods are some of the strongest rods, if not the strongest rod I've ever put in my hand. And that goes for the rods that aren't high modulus like our rods are. You know, the ones that are broom handles. I mean, you expect that to be strong, right? Well, when you have a lightweight rod like FX Extreme Angler or the Extreme Titanium Series rods, you know, and then you have strength and aesthetics that go along with it, it's a total package. It's a no-brainer. For me, I almost immediately, you know, once I put the rods in my hand, I knew they were a good quality rod. I mean, you can look and you can see quality. And then once I started using it, you know, it was almost a no-brainer for me. But, you know, I would put these rod blanks, as far as strength and sensitivity, up there with the best in the business, if not the best in the business. I would challenge anybody with the same weight, power, and action rod as far as strength's concerned with our FX Extreme Angler Series rod. So, you know, it's been a year that I've been with them. My Facebook, you know, feed was showing, you know, some memories from a year ago, and I wasn't too far from right here actually when I hooked up with a fish that Bob ended up using for the, I think it says something to the effect that life begins at the bend of a rod. Well, if you look closely in that image, it's kind of dark. Well, that's me a year ago. Wow, what a difference a year makes. I use FX Custom Rods exclusively now. I love Bob. Shane, all the guys in the office. They brought me in and treated me like family, and that's what you get with FX Custom Rods. You not only get a great, highly technical, very advanced rod, but you get the customer service that makes you feel like your family. You get a warranty that's, you know, I mean, if it doesn't matter what happens to it. I mean, if you roll it up in the window, or your uncle's, you know, size 11.5 steps on it in the boat and it breaks it in half, it's not a big deal. You know, we got a process that you can follow and get your rod replaced for life. You know, it goes to the original purchaser, obviously, but you know, what a great company. We're growing. We got Paul Elias, and Jeff Dobson, and Bob Burley, and Mike Matty, you know, from South Africa, all on the team. I mean, wow. I mean, you know, those guys wouldn't be using, you know, a product that they didn't believe in. I mean, their livelihood is on the line every time they go out. So go out there to fxcustomrods.com's website. Go to the Facebook page, go to Instagram. You won't have a hard time finding us. Go to the website, find a dealer near you, and go out there and check them out. You know, go into the store and pick them up, shake them, you know, and if you like it, and I'm sure you will, you know, go home, put your favorite reel on there and give it a whirl. I promise you that they're as good as any rod that you've ever seen in the business. And I'm not just saying that. I know I'm on the team now, and really trying to promote the brand a lot, but it's seriously, I wouldn't be using them if I didn't think they were a high quality rod. So go out there, check them out. Sean Bunton with FX Custom Rods. I look forward to hearing about your big catches using our rods, and we'll see you on the water, okay? GoPro, stop recording.